We have entered the year 2021 on the heels of 2020, the year of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the pandemic has thrown us into the VUCA world, as we call it, a world that is increasingly more volatile, more uncertain, more complex, and more ambiguous. And it's against this environment that we have to do our financial planning and to set our financial targets and goals for the year 2021. And so it's in order that this year 2021 Effective Living series takes a look at financial resilience. When we talk about resilience, we are basically referring to the ability to bounce back quickly when you have suffered a setback or when you have been hit by a blow or you face some challenge. There are resilience types that I will categorize into 6. The first type of resilience is physical resilience. That is how fit physically you are. Then we have mental resilience. That's also how tough you are in your mind. We also have emotional resilience, your ability to deal with the various sets of emotions that you come across daily in your person and in your engagement with other people. We also have social resilience, which has to do with the extent to which in your connections with other people, you are able to bounce back and leverage the connections for mutual benefits. But I also want to add spiritual resilience, which is spiritually how you are able to tap into a source that is higher than you to keep you calm in uncertain times like this. And then finally, we come to financial resilience. And I've set the stage this way because I believe that financial resilience derives from the other types of resilience. And so in a year like this, when we talk about financial resilience, I want us to now focus on what are those things that you need to do to make you resilient financially as a family. First, I believe that Warren Buffett has this quote I like to make reference to, that when the tide goes out, that's when we see those who have been swimming naked. And I believe that the year 2020 has sort of done that to most of us as far as our finances are concerned. And in this case, the nakedness being exposed by the tide going out is how quickly you are able to recover and bounce back financially. Those people that did have emergency funds set aside, I believe have been the ones that have been found not swimming naked, and they will be the ones that will be able to bounce back very quickly. And so for your family's finances to be resilient, take note of the emergency fund, which we have been preaching year after year. This year, no different from the preceding years, we want to encourage you to make sure that your family, in all its arrangements and provisions, that you set up an emergency fund. An emergency fund is an amount that is able to cover your family for at least 6 months for your living expenses and those expenses that you can't do without, to cover your food, utilities, rent, medical bills, education, etc. for at least 6 months. And so you should make sure that you have that amount built up somewhere in an investment that you can fall on a rainy day. So your emergency fund is very important, that you keep an emergency fund in times like this. The second thing that I believe any family needs to be able to achieve financial resilience is the diversity of your income streams. Where are you making your money from? Are you dependent on an employer to give you salary at the end of the month? If that is how you survive, then financially you are not resilient, because guess what? During the year 2020, when the COVID-19 hit, a lot of employers went out of business and they sent their staff home. And so take note that it's important you have diverse sources of income. If you are a salaried worker, ensure that you have some investments that are generating income for you even when you are not going to work. And if you build a significant base, should you be laid off, you would be able to generate cash flows off that investment, so that at least your living expenses are catered for. Take note, it's important that you have a diverse source of income. In addition to your salary, make sure that you have investments that I've already indicated. And then also build the skill set that you have. I believe that a family that has diverse skills that can be turned into income generation ventures is more financially resilient than a family that has very ordinary skills and has no unique skills that they have turned around. And so if it is a talent that you have with speaking, there are some people that work in banks that during their COVID, they set up businesses emceeing. So you can become a professional speaker addressing audiences, and that could generate inflows for you. If you have the capacity to impart knowledge, teaching, you can set up something online and transfer or do education online, or package a book which you can sell to generate inflows for you. If you have, there are those that went into design, and all these are skills that can lead you to set up ventures that will enable you to generate additional sources of income. So very crucial for financial resilience. I'm repeating, diversity of skills, diversity of income streams. Don't be dependent on your employer alone. Set up your emergency fund is very crucial. And I know in times like this, the temptation is for you to stop investing. You are focused on the now. How do I survive now? But it's important that you don't lose that discipline, that scale of consistency. Because when it comes to investment, it is the time factor that helps you to grow your base, and not the quantum, not the size of money that you deposit at any point in time that helps you. And therefore, even if it is 1/10 of what you use to invest that now you are capable of investing, by all means, go ahead and continue to invest. And remember, whenever you have windfalls, unexpected incomes coming, bonuses, make sure that you divert them into your investment portfolios. A lot of us forget about insurance, and I want to encourage us that insurance has its place. Insurance is not a substitute for investment. So have your investment vehicles, buy the treasury bills, the mutual funds that take advantage of the expertise of fund managers and research, etc., on your behalf. But also make sure that you are setting some fund aside in insurance to cover, for example, fire, because anything can happen. Medical bills, so you can also have a medical insurance cover. National health insurance is one that is low, not too expensive. You may have a private one as well if there's a probability of needing a fallback significantly in the arena of medicine. I want to also add that self-care is very important in these times, because if you are not well, you are not able to go out there to work to generate the monthly income that you may be dependent on, or the other sources of income. So take very good care of yourself. And also take note, finally, before I go off, there are opportunities online. And in just the same way that in times like this, we all get desperate looking for where we can make quick windfalls. The same way there are people out there that are looking to take advantage of you. So look out for the online cyber risks and take the necessary steps. Get the knowledge that you need to protect yourself so that you don't fall victim to any scam online. I wish you the very best in the year 2021. Thank you.